Welcome to this presentation of UPSL Soccer Action, live on YouTube and presented by the Atlantic Soccer Media Group.
Sunday Fun Day is the place to be, and here it is for UPSL Georgia Premier Division action. It's Georgia Athletic versus SSL FC, and it's next. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Bay Creek Stadium for this matchup in Week 2 of the UPSL Georgia Premier Division action. Georgia Athletic SC taking on SSL FC. Larry Weaver here at ASMG TV. Bring in John Reno in just a minute for the play-by-play call. We look around the league for the scores. Yesterday in Silverbacks Park, we saw FC Atlanta take on UMAFC with a 2-2 draw. Atlanta United falling to FC Birmingham at Atlanta United's training grounds 2-0. Atlanta City losing their home opener to Dalton United 4-1. That gets you caught up on all that happened yesterday. Today at 4:30, Potros will be taking on Kalanchi Pro Profile, and at 7 o'clock, North Georgia United will be taking on Legends FC. So, John, bringing you in here, we see Atlanta United still being able to hold the top of the table based on goal differential, but they are definitely looking on the odd man's out if Georgia Athletic can get a win here.
Yeah, if Georgia Athletic can get a good win here today, they can jump to the top of the table. And Soccer Saves Lives FC, coming off of a really tough loss last week, conceding a goal right seconds before full time and stoppage, and they want to right that ship and get going today here. So this will be a good matchup between two quality teams today. And Georgia Athletic, they're going to have Victor number 33, Victor Sos, a defenseman, back from suspension from red card from the Community Cup match a couple weeks ago. So they'll be glad to have him back. But yeah, this Georgia Athletic will be my first look at them this season. They were new to the UPSL last season, played Division I, and just shot through that whole division, winning the regular season championship without a loss, and they got off to a good start so far this season with one win so far. So good things for Georgia Athletic FC. And we're about ready to get underway here. It's a little bit of a windy day here at Bay Creek Park in Loganville, Georgia.
And one thing I'll say for you, John, keep an eye on number 7, Mbamio. He was originally from Atlanta Rovers, and he is a Georgia Athletic star striker.
And he is the captain today for his squad as well. But Georgia Athletic FC, the home team, they're in the white. They'll be going from right to left on your screen. And SSL FC in the black jerseys today, they'll be going from left to right on your screen as we await the opening kickoff here. Referee just giving some last minute instruction. There's the whistle, and we're underway now. That was Batista with it. SSL in control. They'll drop back and reset here. On the near side. Didn't get roster information for SSL FC, so we'll just have to call out numbers. It's a little bit of early pressure there from Georgia Athletic. Number 81 for SSL is going to be deflected off. It's going to be a throw in here for SSL. I'm going to drop it back to Delgado, the goalkeeper for Georgia Athletic. So a strong boot forward. Deflect a little bit too far off the chest. And out of play here. It can be a throw in here. It's number 12 throwing it in for Georgia Athletic. And he was not on our starting 11. Oh. Got a man taking in the shin there. That's maybe Fidel Ba. But he's up. So free kick. Marquez with it. Cross midfield. And Bobbio, he's fouled. The captain pops right back up. So it'll be no free kick here for Georgia Athletic in the early going. It's Batista. And it looks like he's going to give away to Gutierrez, defenseman. Sends it into the 18, headed forward by SSL. Scramble for it. Georgia Athletic with a chance here, and Bobbio on the left side. Over to Batista. Batista. Dribbling around, draws a crowd here. And they end up losing it as to SSL. SSL trying to break out now. And they charge across midfield now. That's number 49 down the far side. Overruns the ball a little bit, but finds an open man in the middle. And a little bit of an errant pass here, but SSL still in control. Now back at midfield, there's a long ball in there. Number 95 giving chase. Can he keep it in? And it goes out. So it'll be a throw for Georgia Athletic deep in their own defensive third here. Like I said earlier, number 12, that was like maybe 17 there. Maybe a makeshift number there. That was Batista going down for Georgia Athletic, but he's back up. Ball straight up in the air. And the captain tried to keep it in, could not. It goes out.
Good flow of the game so far, John. Both teams not sitting back. They're both trying to attack.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of early action going on here. No filling each other out really here. Both teams, like you said, Larry, trying to attack here early. SSL, they want to get that bad taste out of their mouths from last week. Not able to post a goal here. So across midfield now, SSL on the far side. That's Marquez with it. Marquez looking for someone. Now he's going to send it long. Giving chase. It's Georgia Athletic. That was Munoz. Munoz takes a shot. And saved by the keeper. It's a nice long ball by Georgia Athletic. But SSL keeper up to the task there. Gutierrez. Gutierrez still shielding his man nicely, but the whistle is called. So it'll be a free kick here for Georgia Athletic. And they'll change out the ball here. So anticipation of a long kick here, and it's underway. 50-50 ball. Winds up at the feet of Georgia Athletic. And that's could be on Valmore in. Lopez with it. Looking in the middle. Thought of Valmore, but missed off the mark here, and winds up the hands of the goalkeeper for SSL. SSL on the near side here. They draw it back. And Bautista on his man there. Good play by Bautista. Wins a throw for his team. Ball in. And the captain switches it over here to Munoz. Munoz finds his man, but he stumbles. And Valmore had it briefly, but able to keep it in. Is Georgia Athletic, but now SSL going to break out here. There's a long ball. Nice defensive play there to intercept that pass. Nice play by Marquez. Marquez sends it in. Giving chase is Valmore. SSL on the far side. Right at midfield and cross midfield now. And we get a foul whistle down. The SSL man taken down. Number 45 goes down. He gets up. This will be a free kick here near midfield. If you're just joining us, we're still early in the first half here. Georgia Athletic hosting SSL in this UPSL Georgia Premier Division matchup. Week 2. As cleared out by Georgia Athletic. And Bobbio giving chase. Forces the issue there. That's Mba with it. Over to Gutierrez on the far side. That's Marquez. Bautista. Bautista has a man on the left. He has the captain on the left side here. The captain moves into the 18. Gets around his man. Takes a shot. And it goes off the face of number 43. And out of play. This will be a throw in here for Georgia Athletic. So it's Georgia Athletic so far with the only scoring opportunities to this point. That's going to be Bautista doing a corner here, our first corner of the afternoon. The outside in swing here. In the box it goes, and flag goes up, so they call offside. This will be free kick here for SSL. And we have an SSL player sitting down here. Looks like he's going to need some attention here. Referee calling for a trainer. So they'll take a look at him, make sure he's okay here. He's up, walking off just fine. But he's going to have to go off the field here briefly. Just waiting for the referee to signal for play to resume here. All right, short kick, and it goes right to North Georgia Athletic player. Bautista with it. Giving chase is Munoz. Munoz on that far side has a man to beat, and it's going to go off SSL player. So throw in here deep in the defensive third for North Georgia Athletic. Deep throw into the box, headed out and cleared by SSL, so we'll do it again here. This time it'll be a corner. So corner number 2 here, this time on the far side. Looks like Munoz will be taking this one. Looks like it'll be an inside-out swing here. Low in the box, deflected off SSL player. Munoz gets it back, and flag goes up. We're offside once more. So nice pressure here by North Georgia Athletic. They win the ball back here. That was Valmore. Number 17 has it. But Lopez to Mba. As they're in a retreat here, and they just drop it back to midfield. Pressure by SSL. Long ball and headed back out by SSL, but Bautista with it. Mba. To Marquez. And Bautista pushed from behind. Foul. Quickly under play. And pass too long for the captain. Mbomio. This will be a goal kick for SSL. No score so far, 0-0. SSL trying to clear their zone, cannot. It's held in. Bautista with it. SSL player down. That was Munoz with it. He's going to take a shot. It's going to be high over the goal. So Munoz had a chance, but just sent it a little too high.
John, we'll take another look at that. You can see here SSL trying to work out of the back, give it up in the midfield, quickly turned around by Georgia Athletic. Moved over on that far side, shot taken, and he just didn't have his footing right and just sailed that ball way out.
Yeah, another opportunity by the wayside for North Georgia, or Georgia Athletic rather. Bautista giving chase, but can't quite get to it. SSL in midfield now. Number 49 has a man in the middle. Moving to the far side, now charges in. Top the 18, takes a shot, but it's deflected and it's going to go out of play. And we're going to get a corner here for SSL. It'll be their first corner of the afternoon. So first good opportunity for SSL. Let's see what they do with it. It's going to be inside out into the middle and headed forward, and it's going to go out of play. And possession is going to be with SSL. We'll go throw in here on the far side. It's Valmore, the captain. Yeah, SSL, they get around. A few white jerseys there still in control. SSL on the far side, and ball poked out of play. We're going to get another throw in here for SSL. SSL comes up with a steal, takes a shot towards the goal, and it's cleared away. And that was Gutierrez on the defense there looking for a foul, and the whistle's blown.
Going to see on this replay, John, a dangerous high boot committed there by the SSL player. As you see this ball coming into the box, the keeper having to come back and hold. And as the defender's trying to clear, a high boot coming in from SSL earns that foul.
Yep. Delgado with the big boot here. Midfield, a 50-50 ball. And Georgia Athletic with it now. There's Valmore with it coming down the middle here. And nice dish off here, but a little too far. He had Munoz, Larry, but just let him a little bit too much.
And good job by the defender. You can see here on the replay, he knew what was coming and elected to just make the turn and clear that ball out. You see, as he makes the turn, he sees what's coming and just pushes that ball away, and it goes out for a corner.
So third quarter of the half here for Georgia Athletic. Into the box it goes, headed up in the air by SSL. Belmore had it, but cleared once more by the defense. As Munoz with it. Dance around with number 49, and he winds up on the field, and we get another whistle here. Yeah, for a minute there, it looked like Munoz and the SSL player were doing a little bit of do-si-do out there. But free kick. About 20 yards out from the 18 here. Martin Gutierrez will take this. Sends it as looking for number 12. And out of play here for goal kick. So SSL on the near side here. Long ball attempt here. Off the chest of Gutierrez. Deflected back in. There's a battle for it. Number 12, he's going to drop it back to Delgado. Delgado quickly sends it up midfield. The captain, Bomio, was there. And he takes it away here. Nice pass off in the middle. And he's tried to get Bomio back, but it was intercepted. Now SSL at midfield. They'll drop it back. As Batista intercepts it now. He's on the near side here. Looking for Valmore. Has him. SSL kept that in from going out. Oh, deflected off his own man. That could have been disastrous, Larry.
Really putting the pressure on SSL. They've been able to hold on, but can they do that for an entire 90 minutes?
Yeah, it's been all Georgia Athletic as far as the scoring chances go here, scoring opportunities. And ball's going to go out of play here for a throw for SSL. Well, SSL last week, they survived onslaught of Potros and held them off until the very last moment. They conceded the goal off of that corner. And Protros stealing a victory there. Valmore tried to knock it down, couldn't. Valmore coming in from behind, earns the whistle here. SSL on the far side, losing the ball now, and in control now is Georgia Athletic. Oh, there's a weak pass here, but Marquez had to step up and boot it away. Valmore giving chase here down the middle, but he has two defenders in front of him, and it's going to roll to the keeper. Now they switch up off to the far side, but behind the man is going to go out for a Georgia Athletic throw here. There's Munoz with it. And they'll reset here. Marquez. Bomeo, oh, nice back heel. And foul called. Bautista's taken down. That's a fancy back heel from the captain there, Larry.
Yeah, good call by the center official. Easy foul to call. Gives a huge opportunity for Georgia Athletic.
Looking to send it into the far corner. Kicks it a little low. It's going to be cleared away by the defense. On the far side now, giving charge and go ahead. And taking a nasty spill there. It's Georgia Athletic player. He's slamming his hand on the ground now.
Well, and you can see the frustration of the SSL player knowing the foul that he had committed, not what he had wanted.
Haven't been able to catch that number. I'm not sure who it is quite.
Yeah, it looks like number 30 is down right in front of the fourth official.
Yeah, that'd be Fidel Ba. Let's hope he's okay.
Looks to be holding his left hamstring.
Will they help him up?
But it looks like he's okay.
Yeah, he's not looking too bad there. Going to get a bit of a drink of water there and put him back in. The way he was slamming his hand on that turf there looked like he could have been more seriously hurt, but that could have just been frustration. So free kick for the home team. In anticipation of one into the box. It's underway. It's kind of high. Bomeo heads it out of play. Goal kick for SSL.
Just couldn't get the right handle on that. Sent way too far. Bomeo having nowhere to go with that, John, and it just goes out, and it'll be easy goal kick.
Yeah, it's a bit of a difficult ball to handle for Bomeo, but results in goal kick, and captain giving chase. Bautista intercept that pass ball straight up the air off the turf. Now booted past midfield and booted up in the air and out of play. And into the stands.
That one coming all the way to our camera crew.
Yeah, we're a little closer to the field today than we usually are. And there's Fidel with it. Gives away to the captain. Captain now pushes it forward to Valmore. Valmore coming down here. Let himself a little bit too far. It's cleared away by the defense.
Yeah, that touch let him down there, John. He had the run, pushed that ball in front of him, was trying to run it down. He just pushed it too far in front of himself. You can see here on the replay, great ball that Mbamio sends him. Stays on side. He's in a perfect position. He just gives himself too much of a forward touch, allows the defender to run it down.
So we're going to have another corner here. Batista on the left side, or near side here. For corner number 4 here this half. Low kick at the 18, and Valmore had it, lost it. And Baugh now bumps into his man, but taken away by SSL. Now SSL charging down the middle, full head of steam here. He finds number 45 in the middle. He's onside. He's going to take a shot, but it's going to be deflected, and Delgado cannot. Delgado tried to keep it from going out of play, but could not save it. So it's going to be a throw here for SSL. So chance there for SSL, Larry.
Interesting transition. You see here on this run, he's got wide open space, just can't control it on the turn, and it goes out.
And we get a stoppage here. It's going to be a free kick for SSL. I'm going to set up a 2-man wall here. And Wynn may have gotten that one a little bit. So it took a wicked curve, winds up out of play. It is a bit windy here today, Larry. A little breezy, some gusts here. We'll see how that affects play as this match progresses. But a cool spring day here at Bay Creek Park here in Loganville. You're watching ASMG TV, UPSL Georgia Premier Division Soccer Action, Week 2. North Georgia Athletic FC hosting SSL FC. And as Georgia Athletic here on their home park here, they like to thank their sponsors as always, the DY Home Services, President Lilo Association, GB Quality Services, and Jasmine Bliss. North Georgia Athletic thanks all their sponsors. Throw in here for SSL now, or free kick rather. So midfield, working on the far side. Not coming away with it. Looking for man on the near side, and it's going to go behind him and out of play. So be a throw in here for North Georgia Athletic. Batista giving chase. Almost got to it, forced it to it, but Munoz now with it. He's going to set it forward. Bobbio, the captain, now going for it. He's got a chance, but it's going to be a little bit too far. It looked like for a second he was going to catch up to that ball, Larry.
Yeah, he had that one man to fight through, just didn't have enough, couldn't get the space to get through, and that ball just had enough of it to roll out for a goal kick.
There's Lopez heading it forward here. Fidel, number 30 with it. Marquez, near side. Gets it back. They'll drop it back. Gutierrez backing up here as SSL coming on that far side. He's got a man in the middle if he can get to him, and he does, but it just went off his wrong foot there.
That's one of those that you're going to think about that one for about 4 or 5 days, John, because that should easily be SSL 1, Georgia Athletic 0. You watch on the replay here, they get a great ball forward, able to control it, unmarked into the box, All he has to do is put it on frame, and he just misses it. I think it actually had a little bit of a bounce when it came to him, so it hit higher up on his shin than he was expecting, so he wasn't able to direct it with his foot.
By far the best scoring opportunity in the match so far. So the corner is cleared away. And now the captain, Bomio, right at midfield. Circumvents one man, two men. And now Valmore with it, but Valmore is offside. This could be in.
That was great build-up of play there for Georgia Athletic, John. We watch the replay yet again. You can see it's just great movement.
Oh, nice steal by Batista and into the goal. Can you believe that?
And here I was given a direction and totally missed it.
Oh my goodness, just a lackadaisical free kick there. Bautista was right there to steal it and put it past the keeper here for a 1-0 lead here. What was the time of that goal, Larry?
It was right at 32 minutes. I got to apologize to him because I was bringing up the replay, and as the replay was happening, he scores.
Yeah, things can happen that quick. So 1-0 at the 32nd minute here. Batista, unassisted. So we'll see how SSL responds. They're still looking for their first goal of this young season. They're going to switch it up over the near side. So tough breaks here for SSL, Larry. Not only did they have a golden opportunity to score their own, but just moments later concede a bad goal.
Yeah, that's one of those that as a coach, it just sends you into the red because you had an opportunity that you just completely bottled because all you had to do was put it on frame, and then you give up a careless mistake like that.
Georgia Athletic happy to take advantage of it, though. Gutierrez now with the free kick, sends it long on the far side, looking for the captain, and he lets it bounce and goes out of play, so throw for SSL. So starting to get late here in the first half. Home team puts one on the board. Throw SSL. Pass midfield. Gutierrez fighting his man for that. Results another quick throw here. SSL getting quickly now. And Bobio steals it. Bautista had it briefly. SSL just can't get it past midfield. Now they do, but finds the foot of a Georgia Athletic player. Now they come in now. Munoz is calling for it. The captain tries to get it to him. He's got it on his foot here, inside the 18, tries to get around his man, sends it in, and oh, just wide of the goal. And Valmore was there to maybe try and put it in, but another great opportunity for Georgia Athletic, Larry.
Yeah, John, this could be 2-0 because you see this ball. It's a great first touch right there, settles it across the goal. All he had to do was put a foot on it, and he just totally missed that cue, and it goes out for a goal kick.
Lopez heads it out of play. So Georgia Athletic now is taking control of this match here for the last several minutes. Have SSL on their heels a bit. As Valmore has it on the far side, chips it in weakly though. Could not find Munoz with it. Umba whiffs on it, but the captain's there, and captain's dispossessed. Now here comes SSL. Pass, but nobody there. So it's going to be taken by Marquez. Marquez with it at midfield. And stolen by SSL on the far side, charging down. And ahead of the play, they call a whistle. And Georgia Athletic here not liking the call, but nonetheless here they have a throw. Bautista with it. And Bobbio was held. Whistle blown.
And John, just a field to note, you know, we talk about SSL. Last season, they scored in every single match. So far in this spring season, we're almost 100 minutes into this season, and SSL is yet to find the back of the net.
Yeah, definitely a mini scoring drought right now for them. With that loss they took last week, and they can let it get to you mentally. But Bautista now, the goal scorer here for Georgia Athletic, going to take this free kick here. Sends it in the 18, headed and kicked out by SSL. A good back checking here by, oh, nice move here. Nice move by Gutierrez. Valmore winds up on the turf, but headed forward. It's number 12 down for Georgia Athletic. Ball goes out of play. It's going to be thrown here for SSL, but meanwhile, number 12 is down for Georgia Athletic. So being helped up, looks like he's going to be all right. Coach gives him a pat on the back, says, "You're okay." So back to the action here and throw ahead of the whistle. So they'll do it again. And it looks like stepped over the line there a little bit with Georgia Athletic protesting. That ball up in the air. Mbah's there. He's going to send it forward. There's Munoz and Bautista there, and Bautista picks up the foul. Late in the first half, 1-0. There's our score. Georgia Athletic FC over Soccer Saves Lives FC. .42 for SSL will take this free kick. This is in for Delgado. Jumps up. Couldn't get to it, but whistle's blown. Free kick for the home team. So I haven't had to call goalkeeper's Delgado's name much so far this match, Larry. He's going to send it long here. Past midfield, 50-50 ball, and it goes over. Giving chase is Munoz now. And he's going to get to it and stumbled a bit, could not keep it in. And now there's a question over who it went off of.
Yeah, John, there in the middle as that ball was coming through, clear push in the back by the midfielder of SSL, not caught by the center ref. It's those little things like that you got to keep an eye on. You don't want those to build up through the match and then something bad happen.
Yeah, stuff like that, as you said, can build and can produce yellows and maybe reds later in the match. But here's a deep throw in the deep in the defensive third of SSL, and pass intercepted by SSL, trying to clear here. As Marquez had it, and he's Ba now. Too bad giving chase now. He's going to switch it over to the far side. It's going to go out of play. Throw in here for SSL.
And you saw there the center official allowing advantage to be played as the midfielder for SSL was holding onto the Georgia Athletic player. He allowed the advantage to be played. Unfortunately for Georgia Athletic, just sent too far out, goes out for a throw.
So got a player here on the near side. Took a bump, now he's up. Referee check on him now, he says play on, so throw in. Bautista on his man. Now past midfield, but eludes SSL player. Now they're going to switch it over to Marquez. Marquez on the near side. Gets it back, boots it forward. Looking for Munoz. Munoz is there. Bautista. Just booted off SSL player and eventually goes out of play here. So number 17 will throw it in here. Munoz on the near side. Tries to go through two men and takes a shot on the side of the goal here on the near side. I don't think the keeper was expecting that, but nonetheless hits the side of the goal.
Say ambitious, but it was a good attempt. Definitely keep the keeper on his toes.
It was definitely a hard shot as well. He got there in a hurry. And Ba up in the air with his man. Now booted up high. Valmore nearby. Bouncing off the turf. He's fighting his man forward and takes him down, and whistle is blown. Late in the first half here at Bay Creek Park in Loganville, Georgia. You are watching ASMG TV. Presentation of UPSL Georgia Premier Division Soccer.
Just about 2 minutes ago before extra time, John, we'll see. It looks like we're going to get a board information about what the stoppage time is going to be.
All right, so the referee halted play here to have a little chat with the SSL player. Now we're backing away. Bounces off Munoz's head, goes to SSL. On that far side, Bomeo saying it's off SSL, and he's right. So throw in here for the home team. Looking to see if they can maybe extend their lead here before time runs out here in the first half. As Marquez sends it back in. And nice play by SSL to keep that from going out. So he had to handle a hard pass. And we're going to get fouled here. On Umba here. On Fidel. Commits the foul here. Free kick for SSL. And they're going to switch it, send it over to the far side. And foul called. And a yellow on the captain. Yellow card, Larry.
That's the first booking of the match so far. You could definitely see the action was picking up. A lot of of angst between both sides. SSL needing a goal before we go into half.
That ball is off the referee, so he blows the whistle. This will be a drop ball. Chipped in ahead. Right outside the 18, headed forward by SSL. Delgado out of the goal. And flag is up, offside. So we're in stoppage now. Delgado sends it long past midfield. 50-50 ball headed forward by SSL. They come away with it on that far side. And ball's out off of SSL, so it'll be throw here for Georgia Athletic. Looks for Batista. Batista pushed off the ball, losing it. Goes to Marquez. Marquez sends it up in the air. And ball is out. Be thrown here for SSL. Time running out here in the first half. SSL facing the likelihood of going 3 halves now without a score. Oh, nice steal by Munoz. He's got a man in front of him as well. He's got Valmore in front of him. Munoz still with it. Now he's got the captain on the right side, but he's going to get it over to Valmore. Valmore moves into the 18. Oh, knocked off the ball. And no call. Play on, says the referee. Good defensive play there. Valmore's still down, too. Now they blow the whistle.
And, John, I'm going to tell you that the biggest reason that center ref called that was because it was shoulder to shoulder, but there was no extension of the elbow.
And now we're going to get a yellow for dissent. Number 3, Marquez picks up a yellow.
Yeah, business has picked up these last couple minutes. We only have about 2 minutes left to go before we go to halftime.
Yeah, you're right. The intensity definitely has picked up here. Maybe the half coming up will be good for everyone to let cooler heads prevail. Valmore giving chase. Looked like he had purpose on that charge. Ball goes out of play. It's going to be a throw for SSL. Lopez giving chase. Ball may have deflected off the captain there in Bolio. But SSL have it. Bautista goes down. Now things are really heating up here, and Georgia Athletic, they need to temper their enthusiasm here a bit. Already picking up 2 yellows. It's off the free kick, and there's a whistle. It is halftime. So, 1 half in the books here at Bay Creek Park here in Loganville. UPSL Georgia Premier Division action, and it's Georgia Athletic striking first here, and a goal by Bautista in the 32nd minute. 1-0 is our score. Larry, your thoughts on the first half?
Was definitely an even match in the first 20-30 minutes. That mistake by SSL allowing Georgia Athletic to take the lead definitely heated up in these last 10 minutes. We're going to have to keep an eye on that. It's going to be hard for Olivero, the center ref, just to keep cooler heads like you've been talking about. See out this second 45. Don't want to see any of those yellows turn into red. So we'll see what happens here in the next 45.
Indeed. And again, that mistake that led to the goal preceded by a golden opportunity for SSL, who could not convert. So a couple tough breaks for them. But don't go away, folks. We'll be back in a little bit here for the second half. Don't go away.
Hey coach, is your game going to be live streamed? Can't find a broadcast partner? I have the solution for you. It's time to contact the Atlantic Soccer Media Group. The Atlantic Soccer Media Group will provide you with the most extensive live coverage and affordable rates to bring your club's matches to your fans. So they will never miss any of the action.
Good ball laid off to that far side. Shot ripped. It's in! Dalton United at the death of the game! They go ahead, and this stadium is sent to raptures!
And bring them along with you as you raise the trophy.
Gentlemen, say it with them. They are the champions.
So what are you waiting for the best and easiest coverage, national exposure, attract sponsors, interact with your fans, work with scouts from around the world? Contact the Atlantic Soccer. Hey coach, is your game going to be live streamed? Can't find a broadcast partner? I have the solution for you. It's time to contact the Atlantic Soccer Media Group. The Atlantic Soccer Media Group will provide you with the most extensive live coverage and affordable rates to bring your club's matches to your fans. so they will never miss any of the action.
Good ball laid off to that far side. Shot ripped. It's in! Dalton United at the death of the game! They go ahead, and this stadium is sent to raptures.
And bring them along with you as you raise the trophy.
Gentlemen, say it with them. They are the champions.
So what are you waiting for the best and easiest coverage, national exposure, attract sponsors, interact with your fans, work with scouts from around the world? Contact the Atlantic Soccer.
And we're back at Bay Creek Park, rather, in Loganville, Georgia. You're watching ASMG TV. My name is John Reno alongside Larry Weaver. We're bringing to you UPSL Georgia Premier Division action. Georgia Athletic FC hosting Soccer Saves Lives FC. And our score right now, 1-0 at the half in favor of the home team, Georgia Athletic. So, Larry, what are your thoughts here? What are you looking for in the second half after what we've seen in the first half?
Biggest thing, like we were talking about, John, cooler heads need to see a little bit more cohesive work by SSL if they want to see a goal to get back into this match.
Yeah, SSL going through a scoring drought right now. Have yet to post a goal this season. And they're trying to come down the near side here, trying to move into the box, but good defense here by Georgia Athletic. Bautista with it, the goal scorer. Gives way to Munoz. Munoz tries to send it in. It deflects off a SSL player. The captain there, Bombomio steals it. He's got a man, couldn't get it. He had he had Valmore over there, but he just could not get it over to him. But we're going to get thrown here for SSL, so or Georgia rather. But SSL catching a break there, Larry.
Yeah, it's one of the things that Georgia Athletics done really good, and that's on that quick counter.
Bobbio sends it in, looking for Munoz. Munoz is going to have to send it back near midfield here. So Georgia Athletic will retreat. Gutierrez here on the near side. Sends it in deep, looking for Munoz. And defender steps in front of Munoz. And the ball comes back out past midfield, now to play. So Georgia Athletic in their white kits today. SSL in the black. Got our chess match going on here, if you will. Now here comes the chance here for SSL. The Delgado is there to scoop up the ball and falls on it. that's what SSL has to do, Larry. I think is come out and try and put the pressure on early here and try and find the equalizer early in this match and get this monkey off their back. Delgado sends it in near midfield, looks for the captain. Captain heads it forward for Valmore. Valmore has it here. He has Munoz. And Munoz almost stole away from the keeper. He let that ball get away from him a little bit, but able to corral it. Now SSL sending it past midfield. Booted high up in the air. Hits the ground. Captain is there. He fights for it, turns. He's got it now on that near side. Looks for Valmore. Valmore booted a little too far ahead. It's going to be cleared away. And not going to be able to keep it in is Georgia Athletics, but it's going to be throw-in for the home team. Ball sells out of play, but it'll still be a throw-in here for Georgia Athletic. That's Fidel with it. Big throw in here. Looks for Valmore. Valmore had it go off his foot to SSL player. SSL looking to break out. Oh, nice back checking there by Amamio. Now he goes down. A foul called. So Georgia Athletic picking up two yellows late, relatively late in the first half. Going to have to keep their composure here. I'm sure the coach maybe had a talking to him here at halftime. Need to keep your heads, guys. Munoz, far side, losing it to SSL. SSL now cross midfield, and we get a whistle. And get a little more testing that's going on here.
Here comes the plastic starting right off the bat here. And you can see that, John, you can see the Georgia Athletic players trying to calm them down.
Yep, so two on both players now.
This is what I like to see, John. I like to see the captains take over, send the rest of his players away. He handled the situation with the referee.
As it should be. Let the captain speak to the referee. He's the team's representative on the field. So we'll have a drop ball here. Right at midfield, taken by SSL. Lopez intercept that long pass. Still has it. He sends it long. And Balmio had it. Gives over to Lopez. Lopez boots it out and not able to save it. It was number 12 for Georgia Athletic. So throw here for SSL. Here in the early going in the second half. If you're just joining us, you're watching UPSL Georgia Premier Division action on ASMG TV. Thank you for joining us today. It's a nice sunny but a little cool and windy day here at Bay Creek Park in Loganville. Home turf for Georgia Athletic. SSL try to heel kick to no avail. It's going to be booted past midfield. Valmore giving chase. So Georgia Athletic being aggressive here in this second half. They want to win, but also they want to win by a few goals here so they can try and take the top spot on the table. And
yeah, these 3 points will earn Georgia Athletic that top spot at least for a few hours until we get the final scores from around the league.
Meanwhile, we have a goal kick here for Delgado. He's going to send it. 50-50 ball off Valmore's chest. Winds up with Lopez. Back to Batista. Now on the far side. Head to Munoz. Munoz winds up on the turf. But still applying pressure is Georgia Athletic. SSL trying to circumnavigate that. Bautista now pokes it away, is causing SSL to retreat. Now it goes back to the keeper. And the captain giving chase. Nice pressure by Georgia Athletic. So Munoz is going to send in, looks for the captain, but he's offside. Zombamio offside there. Ball back in play quickly. SSL here on the near side. It's number 90 at midfield. Number 45 switching up. Delgado coming out of his goal, able to scoop it up while he's still in the penalty box area. Didn't have to call Mr. Delgado's name much at all in the first half. And Bautista plays for foul, gets it. As SSL players over the back there. So let's hope things have calmed down here a bit. So Gutierrez now right at midfield, going to take this free kick. Sends it long. Velmore's there, not able to get ahead on it. And kind of fell on the back of the SSL player, but nonetheless it goes out. So SSL looking for their first goal of this season. It is only week 2, but as Larry, my colleague, pointed out earlier, SSL, they scored in every game last season. They're not accustomed to being shut out. And Bautista takes his man down hard, but now the testing starts back up again here.
It's starting to get spicy here in Bay Creek.
And Bautista gets a yellow now.
And we're
And both teams get yellow, so.
And we're 140 minutes in, John. 140 minutes without SSL getting the ball in the back of the net. There, you can see the frustration building in the entire team. That's when you see these just mindless fouls here that are leading to yellows.
So that's our 4th yellow on Georgia Athletics, 2nd on SSL. And now we have another 2 players going down in this. Fidel going down for Georgia Athletic. And Bautista going over to check on him. He took a tough spill earlier in the first half as well. So people who don't really know a lot about or watch a lot of soccer, Larry, don't realize the physicality that goes into this game and what these players go through. So now we'll await free kick here for SSL. And the referee has determined that Fidel's going to have to leave the field here. But
this is a great opportunity for SSL, John. If they can get themselves right here, they could get right back into this match.
Only down a goal. In the box it goes, and it's headed by Georgia Athletic out of play.
We take a look at the replay here. You can see just got to get this into the box. He lifts it in and gets cleared away. Offsides is called.
So Delgado with the goal kick. Big boot past midfield. Headed forward by SSL, but sent back in by Georgia Athletic, but out of play. So another B throw here for. Looks like we're having a substitution. Georgia Athletics going to send in to make a substitution change here. Says Marin, number 10, going in. And we have a player down for Georgia Athletic.
John, I can give you a little bit of an update around the league. 21 minutes into the match between Potros and Kalanji, and it's all 0-0.
Two of the stalwarts for our division, Kalanji and Potros, going at it. So back to live action here. SSL crossing midfield. And ball played out of bounds by SSL. Throw here for Georgia Athletic. So again, that substitution was keeping Marin for number 9, Valmore. SSL made a substitution as well. But again, as I said, no roster at match time for them, so we're just calling numbers. Here's a chance for SSL. And Fidel able to push his man off the ball.
Good work by the Georgia Athletic defense there, John. Able to push it out. It'll be a corner, but able to hold off yet another attack from SSL. SSL just hasn't been in their usual form like we're so used to seeing, John.
No, they've yet to get a really good shot on goal yet. Had a couple opportunities. One golden one there right before they conceded their own goal, but let's see what they do with this opportunity. In the box, headed, and it was headed and it went off of Georgia Athletics' head. A double header there and over the top bar. So fortunate bounce there for Georgia Athletic. So we're going to do it on the other side now. On the near side, we'll have a corner. So SSL just cannot catch a break, Larry. Into the box. And Delgado took a swipe at it. And ball's out on SSL, so we throw here for Georgia Athletic.
Georgia Athletic player lucky as he was taking that very, very slow, and you had the SSL player close the gap really quickly. I would have liked to have heard somebody on Georgia Athletic side letting him know that that man was coming.
So throw in here. Ryan took a stab at it with his head, could not find it. Now SSL has it along the near side. Cleared, hard clear by Georgia Athletic. So throw for SSL. So number 90 will do the honors. Chipped up, headed, and it goes right to the feet of the SSL player. Takes a shot, blocked.
SSL players trying to call for a handball, not going to get it.
Yeah, they inverted, but meanwhile they still have control. But meanwhile, finally cleared out by Georgia Athletic. Adebobio with it. And sent long here. SSL giving chase. Georgia Athletic clinging, holding on to a 1-0 lead here. And SSL trying to end their scoreless streak frustration here. That's a good play by Ren to move his man off the ball. They want a foul. And now we got this little foolishness going on here on the near side right in front of us. Now, things are really getting heated now, Larry. Now we get a yellow.
This is just the silly part of the game sometimes when words are exchanged between players, and that's what ends up resulting in dissent and ends up in yellow cards like this.
So that's our 7 flash of the yellow plastic. And if things keep up, we're going to see a red, which neither team can afford. Bautista had it briefly, but SSL in control. Long ball in. SSL trying to work their way in. Lopez had it briefly. Cleared out. So throw for Georgia Athletic now. And Bautista maybe got a cramp here as he took a spill here. He got right back. Yeah, he's got a cramp. He's played well for Georgia Athletic this match. He's the goal scorer. Has the lone goal. Posted in the first half with took advantage of a lackadaisical play by SSL. There's a free kick, and it was just nonchalantly just put in play towards a teammate, and Bautista was right there to steal it and put it in the back of the goal.
Yeah, John, we still got 25 minutes to go left in this match. We're running the risk. We're seeing a large factor of yellows. We don't need to see that second yellow come for anyone, because then it's going to change the dynamics huge.
So Bautista now is going to have to go to the sideline, get a little rest here.
That was one of the things that we talked about yesterday with Andre and myself in the late match. One of the rule changes in the MLS that you're not going to see here in the UPSL is when you have a player that's injured and the trainer has to come on, they're going to be ineligible for 3 minutes until allowed back onto the field. You're not going to see that down here in the UPSL.
Or not yet anyways.
Indeed. Some substitutions coming, John.
So looks like both teams are going to make a change here, a switch. 80 is going out for SSL. And looks like number 17 is going out for Georgia Athletic. try to catch that player coming in for Georgia Athletic here.
I think it's a good call, John. Kind of settle some of these heads, bring in some new players, a little bit of a fresh take on this match.
Yeah, kind of a smart move by both coaches, I think. So that's number 15 who came in for Georgia Athletic.
Because you have to remember, John, these players, this is a developmental league. You're developing these players. These guys are looking for an opportunity to move up through the ranks and find their way into a professional contract. These upper teams, they're not looking for a player that is a loose cannon.
No, not at all. You're right. You're definitely right, Larry. That's number 15. That's Perez giving chase.
I've seen time and time again players that have unbelievable talent. They just have a tendency to not be able to control their anger, and that finds themselves on the odd man looking out. You look at somebody as great of a player as Mario Balotelli. It was his anger and his mental part of the game that he struggled with, not the physical and the talent.
Here's a chance for SSL moving into the box here along the side. Pushed weakly in front, but cleared nicely by Gutierrez. Yeah, if you're going to be out there continually hurting your team by letting your emotions get the best of you, you're not doing the team, your coach, or your chances of moving up in the ranks, as you said, any good at all.
SSL wanting a foul for going through the back of the player.
Some good sportsmanship there, helps him up. But no foul called, so Delgado will get a goal kick here. So we're past the midway point here in the second half. .50 ball to midfield. Taken by SSL, now streaming down that far side. Pass attempt in the middle, broken up by Georgia Athletic. Munoz had it briefly, he's giving chase now on the near side, number 72 for SSL. See that number 23, Santiago Arias, is in for Georgia Athletic as well.
Yeah, John, we're just entering the 71st minute, and this is where SSL has to buckle down and stay focused, because you don't want to extend yourself and get desperate and then make a huge mistake. Because you got to remember that you get that red card, you're going to sit for a couple days, a couple matches. You don't want to cost your team. Not to mention you're going to have a hefty little fine.
Perez giving chase here in the corner. Keeps it from going out of play. A little give and go there with Arias. But ball winds up with SSL. Munoz intercepts the pass. Cross midfield, there's the captain. Looking for Munoz.
It was a good idea, John. You can see how SSL are geared up to defend against Mbamio. And smartly, he gives that ball away, trying to give it to the runner, just not able to get it on pace there.
Yeah, good
but it is going to be a throw.
Yeah, good hustle and clear by 72, the player for SSL. But throw for your Georgia Athletic. Looking for the captain. Lines up with Arias. Arias now losing it now. SSL sends it in deep and out of play. So throw for Georgia Athletic.
You know, we had this conversation last night, John, in regards to teams that are trying to transition quickly, but they're not allowing the rest of the squad to get in line and get prepared for it, and you're just clearing the ball out to allow your opponent to get possession again.
And meanwhile, it takes time off that clock as well. So good turn by SSL on that far side. He's got 2 men defending, and it's going out of play. Yeah, Georgia Athletic pleading the case there. It was off of SSL, but so we're going to throw here for SSL deep in the defensive third. Oh, Georgia Athletic. Look for him to throw this one in the box. Winds up on the turf, and it's going to be kicked forward by Georgia Athletic. Bomeo was there but cannot get to it, but it's going to wind up with Moran. Moran gets it across. Now Munoz giving chase. And Munoz winds up with it. He's got the captain of the, he's offside though.
Yeah, he was several steps offside. He had been offside for about 20 yards, didn't reset himself.
Yeah, the ball kind of got held up there when Munoz was trying to win that ball. That may have contributed a little bit to the captain being offside there. Back live action, SSL sends it deep. Looks for 45 here on the near side. And header out of play.
And John, I can give you an update. 36 minutes into the match, Potros Kalanji still 0-0.
Tough one going on over there. Potros and Kalanji in a nail biter, I'm sure. And we got one here as well. SSL only down a goal. But time is starting to become a factor. There's a shot attempt from distance, blocked by Gutierrez. And we get a whistle here, stop. So it'll be a free kick for SSL. About 15 yards in from midfield. Dishes off now, it's sent in deep. Looking for number 80 there in the corner. He's got it, but he's got no one to pass to. Now he tries to put out in front.
Yeah, he was just completely without anywhere to go with that, John. Receives the ball and just flooded by Georgia Athletic. They owned all of the passing lanes, and there was nothing for him to do. He had to send that up as a wing in a prayer, hoping that somebody would get on it, and he gets knocked out for a goal kick.
Yeah, great defense by Georgia Athletic. Goal kick.
I've been really impressed with Georgia Athletics defense today, John.
Yeah, they got that clean sheet going for Delgado. But you're right, Larry, the defense has been stellar for Georgia Athletic. It's Marquez sending it forward. Moves it ahead to Arias. Arias sends it in. Captain giving chase, but it's booted right back out. And it's sent once more back in and out of play this time. So it'll be throw here for SSL. It's getting moving closer and closer to 80 minutes here.
I know this is a mute point, John, but some of the throw-ins have, some of the ones from SSL, the throw-ins have been illegal, still being allowed. And eventually you got to call it because some of them have just gotten egregious.
I'm not sure why they're letting that continue, but
well, it's one of those things, and on throw-ins, you know, it's one of those rules that is low to be enforced. It's there, but we don't enforce it unless it's so bad that we have to. But it's also one of those that you got to set some groundwork, because otherwise you end up with what look more basketball throw-ins than soccer.
And also, if you let it continue and then all of a sudden decide to call it, then it becomes an issue of, well, now you call it, why weren't you calling it before? So
Indeed.
Munoz here on the near side in the corner, nicely defended by SSL, but he wins it back. Moving in towards the goal, chips it too hard.
Just too much pace on that, John.
Too much mustard. Here comes SSL. Cross midfield.
That's how you cut a lane off right there. That was beautiful by Georgia Athletic. Yeah, it leads out to a throw, but that was exactly what you needed. Hold off that attack from SSL.
Yeah, SSL, they were streaming down that field in numbers. Good play by the defense. As number 45 trying to work his way around in, does. Moving into the box there and shielding his man off, and a foul was called.
You can see both players were grabbing on each other's jerseys, trying to maintain space. Somebody was going to get the call. Unfortunately for the SSL player, he's the odd man out today. You can see, John, we have a substitute up, and it is a goalie. It looks like that Georgia Athletic may be changing their goalie.
It's interesting.
Yeah, very interesting, especially, I mean, we're 79 minutes into this match. And it's a 1-0.
I mean, there certainly doesn't look like there's anything wrong with Delgado.
No, and there's a foul committed there.
But play is on now. SSL have to go out and get the ball now.
and that you can see that the Georgia Athletic players felt like that was a pass back and an illegal touch by the goalkeeper for SSL. They definitely have a point to be made there. That ball's out for. But having a professional, a player that was a semi-pro keeper, myself and my son, one of the things that as a keeper you never want to have to do is come out of a match, especially with 10 minutes to go in a match. You want to be in. You want to be in for the whole thing.
Yeah, so now he's have to come in cold. Again, not sure of the reasoning. Maybe just wants their other keeper to get some action in here, but this is a crucial time in the match. And meanwhile, Georgia Athletic, they need to keep their heads. They can't let these no calls get to them. Play SSL, don't play the referees as well. Munoz. Oh, big head forward here by. Yeah, he landed hard on the field.
Yeah, but John, I don't blame Georgia Athletic player in there because it was the SSL player that went up and over. That was really his own doing in that injury.
Oh, I agree. That's exactly what I saw as well. But if the referee gave the foul to Georgia Athletic, that's not a good call.
And we're now coming in. It was just starting the 82nd minute. You can see how SSL are starting to get fairly desperate in their attempts.
Meanwhile, gives us a chance to get the goalkeeper came in, get his blood going here. As Marquez is obliging with a few shots on goal here for him. But yeah, I agree, Larry. That was the SSL player who kind of did that on his own. He went up high in the air. Georgia Athletic play had nothing to do with that play at all. But he's up, and that's good.
In the meantime, though, it's going to allow SSL. I think I think the center may call just a drop ball instead of an actual free kick for SSL in this manner.
Yeah, you don't see too many drop balls here, but we've had a few today. And we are going to get one here. All right, so giving chase is Munoz, applying a little bit of pressure here. Munoz has it. Just off to number 12, the defense now. Georgia Athletic going to have to retreat a little bit. Gutierrez now.
Yeah, with only 7 minutes to go plus stoppage time, John, Georgia Athletic just need to see this game out with this 1-0 victory.
All right, Merrill, here's a chance for SSL. On that far side, chip into the box and along hits the side of the goal. And not sure who.
That ball bouncing through
the netting.
A gap there in the netting. A little bit of equipment resolution there.
Yep. Looks like they're able to tie it off there.
So, John, halftime over at Marietta High School, 0-0 between Potros and Kalanji Pro Profile.
Thank you for that update, Larry. We'll let you know if anyone scores in that match.
The only match left in the day, 7 o'clock, North Georgia United welcoming Legends FC to Riverbend Park.
Well, the goal kick here. SSL player able to head that forward. Gutierrez bumps it out. Number 33 in for Georgia Athletic. That should be the aforementioned Victor Sus, who's back from a red card. Ran with it. Pushes forward to Arias. Arias trying to weave his way in. He goes down. And the wind's picking up here a little bit. It's been a little gusty here for the last several minutes. So we're going to throw here for Georgia Athletic. Yeah, like you said, Larry, Georgia Athletic just want to get out of here with the win and not pick up any more yellows.
Yeah, you just need to see this out. You know, don't want to have any disciplinary action. You want to see the win out. It was a hard-fought win. You're going to find yourself in first place, depending on what happens with Kalanji Pro Profile.
And soccer saves lives, in danger of losing two tough, close games here.
Yeah, they were at the top of the table for a lot of the fall season.
And just off to a slow start so far. This man turns and boots it off the hands of the keeper. Cleared out by SSL. It's not about giving chase Fidel, and he winds up on the dirt. But Marquez was able to knock it back in, but at midfield, SSL takes over. SSL desperate need of a goal.
Yeah, foul committed there. Definitely, you saw he had his position wrong, reached out, just kind of hit the SSL player on the ankle. Good call there by the center official.
SSL on the far side. Pass eludes the player and easy clear by Georgia Athletic. Take some more time off that clock. Across midfield on the far side. Play broken up by Georgia Athletic. Now that's Munoz charging down the near far side. Had him run briefly, but it's going to be cleared away. And now we're going to get, looks like we're going to get a corner here for Georgia Athletic. Their first corner they've had in a while. And Luis Munoz will take this. The outside in swing here. Ball in, headed out, and
Just
Arias had a shot at it, but
yeah, he just takes a swipe at that one. And he gets sent out. But then again, Georgia Athletic, you know, another goal would be the nail in the coffin for SSL. They don't need it, but they'll definitely take it if possible, as we're entered in the 89th minute. See how much stoppage time is coming, as it's coming up on the board right now. Wowzers, John. 10 minutes of stoppage time
10
coming.
minutes of stoppage.
That's a lot.
Plenty of time for SSL. I might give SSL a boost here, knowing that they got a good bit of time at least to find an equalizer. Now on the near side. Munoz able to take away, he gets it back now. But he's dispossessed. Nice play by SSL. Now keeper out of the goal corrals that.
Good work by the keeper. Still cold back there. Only been in the match for under 10 minutes. He had to get that right.
Again, still curious about the need for the switch there with the keeper.
Then again, John, it could have been timed. You never know.
Oh, SSL players down, and they'll blow the whistle, and we'll be.
That's the thing about these new boots, John. They're so thin. Getting stamped on by the cleats. I mean, you feel that. And you'll feel it for a few hours.
Makes you wonder if it's worth it.
Exactly.
So we'll have a throw here for Georgia Athletic. And they're going to back him up. Now inches forward a little bit. Now we'll get the throw in here. Goes Sus with it. And he commits the foul. So SSL looking for a goal. We're in stoppage time. A very generous 10 minutes of stoppage time for SSL to find this equalizer. And there's a misplay there out on SSLB throw for.
And John, this referee squad, they were the referees that manned the FC Atlanta versus UMA match yesterday at Silverbacks Park. And in the second half, it was only supposed to be 4 minutes of stoppage time. It ended up being closer to 10 minutes just because of all the stops and injuries and whatnot. So these guys will definitely call it.
Well, we've had our share of stops and injuries in this one as well. So the reason for the extended time. So that's Perez. Sending in Baron there. Munoz has been very active for Georgia Athletic all match. So we got another whistle here.
Yeah, foul committed there, right
Got another yellow
by the SSL player. And I was just going to say, John, I was starting to really commend Georgia Athletic for what I was seeing, because they had their men stationed in position so that they weren't allowing SSL to get the drop on them for a quick attack. They have the men back on the defensive line and in the midfield to be able to move that ball forward, keep that ball up on SSL's third, allow the time to run out on their side without them being able to attack.
Yeah, I have to point out how good the defense of Georgia Athletic has been today. They really have not afforded SSL any significant scoring opportunities. And the one golden opportunity they had was misplayed.
Yeah, right there. That is great for number 12 for Georgia Athletic. Not allowing that passing lane down the line. Just put a boot on it, knock it out for a throw.
Throw into the box, headed forward. Munoz there, tried to save it, couldn't. Another throw coming up for SSL. Into the box, and there's a chance, and off to the wayside it goes, but SSL is going to get a corner now. So here's a chance for SSL. They need a goal. Corner number 5 for SSL.
In more ways than one, John. They need something.
Now pass the box headed towards and headed right back out. Good play there by Georgia Athletic. As Victor, I think he's going to drop it back. And booted past or right at midfield. Fighting with those Arias now. Now we're going to get a free kick here for SSL. Stoppage time ticking away here. Booted up high in the air. Headed forward by SSL. The goalkeeper has to come out.
And he got that absolutely right, getting that ball cleared.
Good play by the keeper who came in late to replace Delgado. Had to make a play for his team there. And thrown here for SSL. So SSL trying to find the equalizer here.
And give Georgia Athletic credit, because they scored that goal early. And they've been able to hold off SSL this entire time.
Now here comes a late substitution for SSL for this one last push here to tie this match. So SSL alongside. That's good play by Victor, cleared away.
Be a corner though.
Yep.
96 minutes in.
So SSL actually have more corners than Georgia Athletic now. Now ball up to the top of the box, took a shot and way high and wide.
Just got a little too anxious and tried to put it on and just blasted that one. I think that one may have made it all the way to Loganville. And you know, you really got to feel for the keeper for SSL, because just a mental mistake there early in the match cost them the goal. And that could be the game winner.
There's the goal kick 50-50 ball taken by SSL here on the near side. And nice play by Munoz, dispossessed the man. He tries to send it forward, tried to find Moran, but could not. And SSL with it at midfield. Now on the far side. Pass attempt. Now we have a player down for Georgia Athletic.
Yeah. SSL trying to, in the process of trying to get the ball, just went through the man, earning Georgia Athletic not only a foul, but a lot of necessary time ticking off the clock.
Looks like he's okay, though. That's Andres Perez, I think, who took the brunt of that.
Two minutes to go in the 10 minutes allotted, plus however more center official wishes to extend it.
With a header, it's going to go out of play. Throw for SSL. Can they break their drought here? Or will they come up empty once more?
You have to think, John, if SSL find a goal, they're going to consider it a win because they have, we're almost 100, well, we're over 180 minutes into the season and no goals for SSL.
And to lose this one, you'd say they're off to a very slow start.
Now, granted, I'll say this will be a two 1-0 losses in a row. So the goal differential is not out of control for them, but they're, 2 matches in, no points. That's not what you want to see.
Exactly. Now chip in the box, headed out by Marquez, but there's the late substitution there, number 27, losing the ball. And now here comes SSL, offside. They did not like that call.
The AR was right there.
Yes. So now Georgia Athletic in no hurry now. So it's Gutierrez now. He's going to presumably send this as far as he can. Big boot. Headed forward by SSL. But he loses it, and here comes Georgia Athletic. Now here comes Victor along the near side. Dancing around his man. And able to get around him and get a shot off, but it goes over the head of Arias. He catches up to it. And now, right inside the box is Moran. Can he work around his man? He can. Chips it ahead, but cleared away by SSL.
And there's time, John.
That is it. That is it. That is it. Full time. So Georgia Athletic hangs on. They win 1-0 thanks to a goal by Julio Bautista in the first half in the 32nd minute, and it holds up. And so SSL denied once more, losing their second consecutive 1-0 game. But congratulations to Georgia Athletic. Larry, your thoughts on the match?
Fantastic job all around by Georgia Athletic. Yes, we had a lot of emotions, but that's to be expected in a match like this where it's so tight and you have a team like SSL that just really aren't on the right cylinders. They're just not moving in the pace that we used to see in them, especially from the fall season. So they're struggling, so that you can see that struggle is starting to lean over into the emotions, and you saw a lot of yellow cards, but nothing got out of hand, nothing got egregious. Great work by Georgia Athletic, securing a win. They find themselves in a first place. It's their inaugural season in the Premier Division. It's exactly where you want to be in being a new team like that.
Indeed, Larry. Great start for Georgia Athletic to the season. Well, that's about going to do it for us. We thank you for joining us here on ASMG TV. UPSL presentation of the UPSL Georgia Premier Division soccer action here. And we thank you for joining us. Be sure to follow us up on our YouTube channel, like and subscribe so you don't miss all the action. And also, Georgia Athletic would like to thank their sponsors, DUI Home Services, Perez and Lilio Association, GB Quality Services, and Yasmin Bliss. So that'll do it for us. On behalf of Larry Weaver and myself, John Reno, again, thank you for joining us. Once again, our final score, Georgia Athletic 1, Soccer Saves Lives FC 0. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time on the pitch.
This has been a presentation of the UPSL. Any use of this broadcast without the written consent of the Atlantic Soccer Media Group is prohibited.